Ooh, time for another podcast.
Hello guys and welcome back to the Bull Talk podcast. And with me today we've got the Terrier, Jack Ritchie,
Hello guys.
and the man who pays for brass, Ben White.
Hello.
And we'll get straight into the podcast and talk about our first topic, Liverpool / Man City, and obviously all their cup dramas they've been having. Obviously Liverpool, Shrewsbury and Man City wanted to get rid of the League Cup. What's your views and opinions? We'll start with you, Richie.
To be fair, I know Ben's got a lot to say about this topic, so I won't go into it too much. But I know Ben is very much against some of the stuff I was saying. But I think the FA have really messed up here. They turned around to Liverpool and said, "We want you to have a winter break. You're having a winter break and stuff." And then obviously they're saying if they want to stick with the winter break system, then they shouldn't be playing this replay. Or
Yeah.
they shouldn't so that's why they're playing the obviously the under 20s, under 21s. But the one thing I will say, to be fair, I do think Klopp should still manage and still be there. To be honest, I could probably understand a little bit with the players because they've obviously planned to have a winter break or something. That's the thing, though. I suppose we don't know if Klopp's taken them to actually like go and train somewhere or something
Yeah.
like that already planned, and then they got this. So I think that's really my views on it, to be honest. So I think let's hear what Ben has to say because it was quite funny what he was saying before.
So I think the whole situation is an absolute joke. It's Shrewsbury's big night out. And
Big night out.
They're not going drinking.
they're playing the under 20s.
That's what he says every
They've
time.
slashed ticket prices. It's off TV now because Liverpool are not going to play their first team. It might be done behind closed doors and not do it at all. I hope Shrewsbury go out there and smash them.
Thing is, there's a lot of revenue.
To get a big team.
A lot of revenue
They're
that Shrewsbury would lose, wouldn't they?
I think Liverpool prefer that. I think they would have rather won or lost. I don't think they wanted the middle.
There's already a massive difference already in money between leagues. Let alone Premier League teams doing this now.
Well, I think Liverpool should foot the bill to what Shrewsbury would have made.
They might do, to be fair.
I think they should give them 100% of full ticket sales.
Yeah, but then if you're doing a tenner a ticket, it's pretty much, well, that's less than League One games, isn't it?
Yeah, but they've sold 50,000 tickets.
Yeah, so. Have
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely not. That's well more than double any League One, I would imagine.
But
Except for maybe
then they
something
would, like,
Liverpool.
facing a Prem team, you get about 1 million
Something
to
like
1.4 in ticket sales, because obviously you get a percentage, so
Yeah.
I think it is off. They're still losing a bit of money in this Shrewsbury.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, you
Right,
never know.
TV as well now.
Well,
Liverpool might come out and say it.
TV, that's about 1 million, isn't it? 1 million a
To
game,
be
you'd
fair,
say?
one thing that you haven't really seen is where Liverpool are playing the weakened side, you would like to hope that Shrewsbury's chances of beating the team are a little bit better. I know anyone can beat anyone on the day,
I suppose.
but so if Shrewsbury go and beat them, which is very much, I would say either way, it could go easily either way. And Shrewsbury are going to be in the next round. It could easily get someone Man City, whoever's still in it, another big team, which they might not have got if they played a full-side team.
I hope they do.
So I can see the benefits and not benefits. So hopefully, I would like to see Shrewsbury win. And then I feel like everyone's kind of happy in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
will make up for it.
If they win and get a big team in the next round, then it'll be sorted, but it's just a bit disrespectful to Shrewsbury in my opinion.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Predictions for the game?
Let's fancy Shrewsbury then.
2-1 Shrewsbury. Yep.
Yeah.
4-1 Shrewsbury.
4-1
Yeah,
then.
you hate Liverpool, didn't you?
Yep. I hate the Premier League in general.
You're one of those that just sits there going, oh, I bloody hope they slip up.
I'll tell you, I'll be sat there come 7:45 or whatever kickoff it is. I'll be opening smashing the pieces. I'll be watching it on Flash, listening to it. Because you can't watch it anymore.
Well, you could pirate it, but, you know.
We're
I don't
not-
condone
we're not
it.
for that.
I don't condone it. I probably will, but I won't condone it. Um, well, should we move on? Ben's
Yeah,
had
I
his
think
little jibes about Shrewsbury.
so. Yeah, Ben will probably go quiet for the rest, so
Oh.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm
for
done
Ben.
now.
The next
Yeah,
topic
yeah.
is transfers, and obviously the roundup of the window. Who performed best at the deals? I think who got the best deals, who got the worst, and that sort of thing.
Obviously the big one in the window was the Bruno Fernandes deal, which actually got over the line.
Yeah,
He looked alright, didn't he? I did watch the Man U game.
Yeah, he does have a bang average player.
Oh, thanks for that,
A few
Ben.
shots straight in the keeper's hands.
Alright, well, he's had one game.
I think Villa got the best end. Drink water and ball your baston. Pepe Reina on a free.
Boy, Baston. Crying out loud. When was that? Didn't see that coming. Right?
They lost Jonathan Kocher as well though, so
Yeah. I don't think there was a few teams that obviously you would have said maybe Man City could have strengthened the centre back area, but I think the ball is coming back now. One weird one for me actually, which I did look into a little bit and did see a bit about, was the Cedric deal to Arsenal. Because apparently he's out till February, and he would have been free at the end of the season, and they've ended up going to be paying about 5 million including wages.
that's a good deal. Southend's end.
Yeah, Samson, yeah, that's a ridiculous.
Yeah, they got
deal.
Carl Walker-Peters in anyway.
Yeah,
to the end.
exactly, and they've somehow got that sort of money for a player who's injured till February, and they've only got until the end of the season anyway.
So
I
you did
think
shock
that's-
me talking about Southampton and Maya Yoshida. That absolutely shocked me. I thought, hang on a minute, it was like last season. He was actually getting games.
I'll
This
tell you
season,
what I saw as well is that I didn't realise he's actually been at Southampton for 8 or 9 years, which is mad. That's a long time.
he was there when they won the champ, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's been there for years. He's always been.
What another big deal, Bowen.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Bowen to West Ham, obviously. What Palace didn't get the deal. To be
Yeah,
honest, I
well-
can never see like a deal ever get done, especially a big money deal. 'Cause I just
We
don't
never
think
get a deal
Palace
done.
You don't get your hands in your pockets. You just don't.
We'll talk about
Not for a
Palace
long
in a
time.
second. Let's talk about Jared. We'll,
Yeah, it's a good move.
just because
innit?
I've got a
I'm
lot to say about
surprised.
Palace.
Yeah. I'm surprised he stayed in the champ for so long, to be honest. But I thought it was 20, but I've seen some places saying it was 25, and I think 25
Yeah, I've
might
heard
be a little bit
22.
high.
I've heard 22,
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll be quite good, but it reminds me just of like another Snodgrass. I don't know why. I
Or
was just thinking he just reminds me of
but tell you who,
Snodgrass.
do you remember Scott Hogan when he got massively
Yeah.
hyped, and then West Ham put their hands in their pockets? I don't know where he
Yeah.
is now. I think he's at Villa.
He got a move. He got a move on deadline day.
Did he?
Yeah, he got somewhere. It's somewhere in the champ. I can't remember where it is, but he did get a move.
I think like bit of a wild card here. I think Sheffield had the best window. Obviously
Well,
they
they
got
spent
that.
quite a lot of money, didn't they?
Yeah, they got Sanderberg in. They got Zivkovic from that Chinese team. Obviously they got Restos, the centre back on loan, and Jack Rodwell on a free. I think I'm missing one as well, but yeah. So Jack Rodwell, yeah, it's just another wage eater in my opinion. But Sanderberg was a good deal, and Zivkovic. Restos, I don't know too much about.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I've just found out where Scott Hogan's actually gone. And it's going to shock you. Guess where he's gone?
Cardiff, Birmingham. Oh,
Rivals. Villa's rivals.
oh. Bentaleb was a weird one as well. To
I don't think
Newcastle.
that's a bad move. Not on loan, is it?
It was just solid.
I think Danny Rose was a good move, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Newcastle, I think they've done well there. It's just a shame about Willems, because he looked really good, but he's been injured. I was speaking to a Newcastle.
He's
fan
an
at work.
absolute
I think
tank,
said-
isn't he?
Yeah, I think they said that he's gone back because he's got a long injury.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, let's talk about the elephant in the room as well. Odin Igalo. Who would have thought it?
Yeah, I forgot about
Who would
Igalo,
have thought it? It was one of those deals on deadline day that you're waiting to see if it's done as well. And you're sitting there like, oh no, like this could be
It
interesting.
reminded me a bit like Peter Robin Wingy, so I was just expecting him to turn up in a car just trying to force an Uber or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you over in China. Get me out of there.
But yeah, like, I don't know what Man United are thinking. Fair enough, he was really good in the Prem for Watford, but that was a few years ago.
How many years ago? Yeah.
I
It's
saw-
£100 a week.
He's been in the
Yeah,
Chinese league.
I did see, like, because I was wondering a bit into it, and I did see see an interview about him signing from Ollie, and he was saying about he was in the Norway league for a long time when Solskjaer was over there, so he actually does know the player quite well.
Oh, so he's got a link to him.
Yeah, he has got a link to him. So it wasn't just like really, really out of the blue. There was a bit of like he was over there scoring goals and stuff, and that's why Solskjaer said that he like knows that he's a goal scorer and stuff like this and things. But he's a weird one still, isn't it? Very weird.
I think Spurs did well though. Obviously, getting rid of Eriksen.
Yeah, like they look like a. Who made it? I think it was Neville made a very good point. They look like more of a team. They look like they got rid of some of the bad eggs.
Yeah.
And now they look like, I know Vertonghen's still there and you might class him, but he'll probably be a lot better now that Eriksen's not there. I know them two fell out.
And they got
But
Lo
just look
Celso
like, the way they
permanently.
celebrated the goal, jumping on each other. Now. I've not seen that from Spurs for a long time. Like they just look like a real team, not just because of the win, but they're just. Yeah.
Do you reckon a
They
big
did
part
look
of
good.
that's Eriksen leaving, or?
Yeah, a little bit. It's probably still been a bit awkward and a bit negative around the ground. I know with Mourinho coming in.
When you got players that don't want to be there.
Yeah, exactly. I think they've done well. They got a good price for him in the end, didn't they? Worth 17 million.
17, yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
See, better than
So-
nothing, innit, in the summer.
exactly.
What about you, Ben? Do you think anything of this, or are you just sort of...
No, I have no comment on it.
I don't think there was really any other deals. I'm trying to think. We covered most of them, didn't we, really?
I'll talk about Palace, because I always talk about Palace, and their failings in the transfer window. Obviously, we failed to sign Nathan Ferguson, because he had a knee problem. It's absolute bull, because...
Did you sign anyone?
Yeah, we signed Scott Banks from Dundee. That was our only permanent deal. Obviously, Cenk Tosun on loan.
Yeah, that makes you sick.
So Scott Banks, yeah, brilliant player.
To be
18
fair,
years of age.
Your fans stay like quite well behind the club and the team, really. Like,
Oh no, they're all against him.
Well, actually, I suppose it's about time.
Twitter is
That's what I was about to say.
absolutely rife with like, what on earth is Dougie Friedman doing? Because he's in charge of obviously hiring people and
It's going to cost you eventually. Like, it will. You can't keep going on season and season with like players like Martin Kelly, even though he's done well for you. You
Well,
know
I feel
what
bad
mean?
for
Like, them
Roy.
sort of-
I mean,
them sort of
Roy's had to
players,
go
it
out
is a
there
bit-
and say, look, we had to get rid of Connor Wickham. Oh, they sent Connor Wickham to Sheffield Wednesday. So we've just got Benteke Ayew and Cenk Tosun. Two potentially unfit players and one player who's actually done well for us in Jordan Ayew. It makes absolutely no sense, the Palace transfer, the transfer
I
policy.
think, like, all you needed to do, if you signed Bowen, I think that would have been a really good window
Yeah.
for you. I think that one player. I think, imagine having Zaha and Bowen on the other wing, and then you've got Townsend who can come on and make an impact later on in games as well. I think you would have looked really solid.
Yeah, he just does not want to put his
Cahill
hands
has
in
done
his
well since
pockets.
he's come in as well. I think Cahill has done well since he's come in. I think that's all you needed to do. Like Bowen, if you signed him, he would have been there for years. Like, I
Even
really feel you need
Ferguson.
to sign that sort of player, don't you?
Ferguson would have boosted us, for the rest of the season. We're 6 points off relegation. We need goals, and I don't think that our strikers will be able to get them. I think
If you didn't have someone like Roy, who's obviously well connected with the club and stuff, then they probably would have left by now and just utter disgust at how they're not being backed.
yeah,
Like, that's the thing, it's overshadowed a little bit. Like, the same thing was happening at Newcastle. Then Jesus Christ, it would have been like the manager would have gone by now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it's at Palace, it's not really made the news, but
no, they're just
no
sort of
one's really noticed.
happy-go-lucky Steve Parish. He just winds me up every window we have this. I mean, I remember a couple of windows ago, and we just got promoted to the Premier League, and Steve Parish is trying to bring Andy Johnson in
What's that?
on deadline day. Andy Johnson, who's like 35 at this point. It's like, what are you doing? What was that, Ben?
He's falling asleep. Should we move on?
But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to the quiz. Right, so
Oh, quiz time!
Hello guys and welcome to this week's quiz. I wasn't exactly sure what to do, so I thought I'd do one which is quite interesting. And it's obviously been a massive part of the Premier League this season. And it's just VAR stats up to now, which
Ooh.
might be a bit boring, but I thought it might, it's a bit different. I wasn't sure what to do. So, the first one is total overturns by VAR this season.
oh, this is where Ben's going to nick
So
one, isn't
it's pretty much going to be it's a bit of a guessing game. So we'll go with you, Ben. So
Yes, it, yeah.
guessing game, yeah, exactly. Well, I'm trying to make it so you might get a win this week, Ben. Do you want to go first? How many do you think overturns?
Let Jay go
this
first.
season?
Let Jay go first.
Alright, Jay, you go first.
104.
Alright. Ben?
101.
Ben wins 75.
Oh my god, no, that's not fair. Ben always undercuts me.
You were doing it to him last week, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like a little bloody treat. You did it really well.
Nah.
Alright, this one is decision accuracy before VAR has been used. So pretty much the referees. Before VAR has been used, what percentage of has it been right, It's not gone to VAR. So it's before VAR, if you know what I mean. Start with you, Ben. It's a percentage out of 100.
Obviously. That's what percentage is.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about you.
That's
I'm
what
really
percent
not.
means.
So no, because I know what you're telling us. I don't get it, or something like that. What you do most of the time, every
Right.
week. So
60%.
okay. Jay.
75%.
Jay wins. It's 93%. That is
Whoa!
quite high. Yeah,
That is
I
high.
think that is high. It's a good percentage.
Yeah.
Okay, so after when VAR has been used, what is the percentage? Start with so that'll be you, Jay.
98.
Okay, Ben.
Oh, I don't know. 97.
Dick.
Jay wins.
Oh,
Jay, you are so close. 98.8. So very good effort there.
thank you very much. Next question, Squire.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading it again. How many I can't even read my bloody handwriting. It's shocking. How many matches did not need VAR replays so far up to the season in the Premier League?
Oh
2.
my god.
No, it's out of 100%.
Oh,
Start with you, Ben.
15%.
Okay. Jay?
4.6%.
Ben wins somehow. It's 69.1%.
Oh my god. No, every game needs them. That's bull.
Yeah, I'm sure most games have used VAR.
No, it's not that. It's which has been overruled. Did not need VAR replays.
Oh.
Oh right. Oh right. Yeah, that would have been different. I've completely misread that or misheard that.
That's right. I'd say no pressure, but it's actually 2-2 at the moment. We're down to the last question.
Oh!
And this one's just a bit of a fun one, really. It's how many people? So out of 25 people, how many people do you believe thought VAR works well, or very well? How many people out of 25 people, football fans, thought VAR worked well? So we'll start with you, Ben. Is it you?
0.
0. Okay. Jay.
1.
And Jay's won this week's quiz. Exactly right with 1. 1 out of 25. Think that VR's worked this season.
Ben loses. Ben loses again.
Ben just sitting there going, finally, I'm gonna win.
I don't know how you do it, Ben.
It wasn't the greatest quiz, but I thought it was just a bit different. Wasn't it?
How
So,
do you lose
it
every
is.
week? That's so unlucky.
Just so knowledgeable.
I just guessed.
Alright.
I knew I was going to one up you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've got any ideas for any future quizzes, obviously just leave it down below, I suppose. Always thinking of, be good to get new ideas and stuff. But yeah, that's the quiz.
Right, we shall move on to, the sort of closing segments of our podcast, which starts with the results roundup. Starting off with Saturday's early Leicester Chelsea.
I think
2-2.
It's a good result, and it's probably a fair result.
Yeah, I mean Leicester are doing well this season. Chelsea doing okay with Frank, and
Leicester
no
did well to get
signings.
back into it when they were 1-0 down, weren't they? So.
Yeah.
Ridiculous bullet headers. What a pair he is.
Well, we'll move on to Newcastle Norwich. 0-0. Good point for Norwich. Might need it come end of the season.
They might be gone now, might they? To be honest.
Clean
No.
sheet makes a change for them.
I'm never losing hope in Norwich
I
clawing
do like the
themselves
way
up.
Norwich has done it this time going up. Like, they've not spent any money.
Yeah, they've literally spent like 900k on Sam Byram and just went, yeah, you know what? If we go down, we go down. But we're not going to be.
At least financially we would have gained something this time. So they're just chucking money at it. You know, like if Villa go down, then they're actually going to probably take a bloody minus from it.
Yeah, I mean Norwich can go down and go straight back up if they needed.
Exactly.
You know, because they're going to have the cash to cover them for the Championship next year. So
Exactly. They can invest where they need to next season because they've not spent anything. But they've done well.
well, the mighty Palace who took on Sheffield United and lost 1-0.
I think Palace would like to get something out of that game at home. I know United are difficult, but I would have said that probably would have been a draw. I've seen the mistakes by your keeper, which he'd
Yeah.
be disappointed. But he's definitely
Guys,
gained
yeah.
you more points than lost this season. So I wouldn't really put it down to him. It's just
I'll put it down again to Parish. I think we're going to get relegated this season. That's my honest opinion. I wasn't thinking this a few games ago, but I think now we're looking so much closer to, the bottom half. So we've not signed anyone. We've not got any reinforcements, and we've got injuries. So I think I can see us going down. This is just the start of the downward spiral. So, what about you, Ben?
Yeah, you're in trouble.
And that's Ben's one-liner of the podcast. Move on to West Ham Brighton 3-3.
It's a bit of a crazy. Well, West Ham were 3-0 up, weren't they? Are they?
Yeah,
No, we're 2-0 up.
2-0.
Yeah.
And Snodgrass got one later on. Glenn Murray as well.
Yeah, that's poor by West Ham, isn't it? I would have thought they might have seen that out.
Well,
Brighton
they
don't want to
need
get
him.
back into it. Brighton need it really. Like they kind of dropped off, haven't they, in recent months, which is a bit of a shame. Because I like the way Brighton have been playing actually.
Glenn Murray back in the goals again.
Oh yeah.
He signed a new deal today actually.
Did he?
I'm aware of. Yeah.
How long? Is it just another
Not
year?
sure.
Or?
Yeah, I think it's
Probably he's
2021.
36, isn't he?
Or 21.
I love Glenn Murray. Bournemouth and Aston Villa. Villa losing again. Bournemouth needed the win. So well,
Yeah,
Villa
would
needed the
be
win, but
disappointed.
yeah, Smatter
It's a good
getting the
time to
goal
play
as well.
Bournemouth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Philip Billing getting his first goal in the Bournemouth show.
Philip Billing. Watford and Everton 3-2.
That's-
Obviously Everton.
That was the game I was got mixed up with. It was Watford who were 2-0 up and then they lost 3-2.
They won.
four.
Yeah, Watford were. Yeah, Watford lost. Yeah, sorry. I thought Everton.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just another one of
I was
those.
so
Obviously.
happy for Watford seeing them 2-0 up.
Yeah,
So
I
I just
wanted to
want
stay
to stay
out.
up.
I
I
really
like
wanted to stay out.
I
Yeah,
can't see them going down now, though. I mean, they've had
Well, you
some
say
really
that,
good
they
games
are-
since
they are
Pearson.
They are second to bottom.
Yeah, but
So it's
look at their recent form. Pullis, no, not Pullis. Sorry. What's his name? Nigel Pearson has done really well.
Yeah, I can imagine their fixtures are going to get a bit harder. So we have to just have to see, I think.
But yeah, I'd like to see him claw out of it. And Ben's favourite team, Liverpool 4, Southampton 0.
Sounds as if Southampton were unlucky, to be honest. What I heard.
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't really represent.
Yeah,
the
that's
match,
what I
really.
heard. Yeah, I did see the goals and stuff. So, Southampton, if they took their chances and things went a little bit differently, then they could have easily got something out of that game.
It's just a typical, like, team's going to win the league, don't it? And just grind out results, or when it comes to it, just get the luck.
Everything's going right for them at the moment.
Yeah.
Man United and Wolves. This was,
that was a cracker. I watched it.
It was average.
I don't know why I kept watching it.
It was average. Not really much went on, obviously, apart from both teams being absolute poor.
I think Wolves did what they're to do. They're getting the points, aren't they? And I'm enjoying watching Wolves most of the time. So they'll be happy with the point. Man U will be disappointed, but I think Wolves away at Man United to get a point. I think that's a good point.
Burnley and Arsenal. Daichi, coming out to get a draw. Equal on points of Arsenal, 25 games in. Did not see this coming.
No,
Arsenal just been dire this season, haven't they?
Everton are 2 points ahead of Arsenal. That shows how bloody crap Arsenal are doing. Everton haven't been good. Everton have changed managers. So
do you think Arsenal are gonna ever be a top 4 team again, or do you reckon this is it for them? They're sort of just mediocrity now.
They will be. They'll bring it back at one point.
They're gonna ever back a manager. I think they're gonna back Arteta. I think in the next window they're gonna give him like 200 million or something. I think they're gonna give him a nice.
They need to.
Yeah, they do need to. They need to spend some money, and I think he'll bring in good players. It is so bad. They ain't got a leader at the back. It's so bad.
When you look into Southampton as well for a fullback, not that Southampton are poor, but you know what I mean.
Well, he's more of a backup, isn't he? I think competition for Bellerin. But I think that the big issue for them is the centre backs. They've not really got a leader there. And David Luiz is just so shaky. Socrates is poor as well.
Reminds me of the days of Mertesacker.
Yeah, I miss Mertesacker. When Arsenal's best centre back is probably Callum Chambers, Sack's not right.
Yeah.
So, or actually, fans calling for Rob Holding back as well. Actually, that's a bit quiet. So, and Xhaka played left back as well, which was quite funny. I was enjoying watching that.
Tottenham, obviously, stars of the weekend, should I say? Getting a 2-0 at City, and they were really well. I mean, first half, City were all over them, and second half, they just seemed to suddenly want to play. Obviously, that new fella scored.
Yeah, he took it well. To be fair, I wouldn't say he was in the game massively, but he did take the goal very well.
And then City just looked out of sorts after the second winning.
Yeah.
How about you, Ben? Did you have anything to add?
I like that. But Celso plays well, doesn't he?
I thought you were sleeping.
Yeah, he's starting to get some games, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing Man City's next penalty. I want to see if Ederson's going to take it.
Yeah, because there was that thing as well. De Bruyne only took one, didn't he, a couple of years ago? The commentator mentioned.
Yeah,
and he's not taken one since.
Apparently, Ederson's the best penalty taker.
Yeah.
According to Pep, so.
Well, we'll move on to our predictions then. Get Ben a bit more involved now. Everton Palace. I think 1-0 Palace.
1-1.
2-0 Everton.
Yeah. Ooh. Brighton Watford.
Oh, I can.
3-1 Brighton, I'd say. Glenn Murray double.
2-2.
2-1 Watford.
Ooh, Sheffield and Bournemouth. 1-0 Sheffield all over.
Yeah, 1-0 Sheffield.
Yeah, 1-0 Sheffield.
City and West Ham. 4-0 City.
I was about to say 4-0. 5-0.
They're 3-0 City.
Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Leicester City.
Ooh. 1-1 again for me. I think that'd be a good game actually.
I'd say 2-1 Leicester.
So 1-0
Wolves
Leicester.
are a hard team to beat. Like, I would fancy Leicester against most teams, but
Southampton and Burnley. I think Dyche is going to pinch a 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 Burnley, come on.
0-0. Boring.
Norwich and Liverpool. I'm saying 1-0 Norwich here. I want Norwich to go against Green.
4-0 Liverpool.
Well, I think those Liverpool players are going to be well rested. So I'm going to go 4-0 Liverpool.
I thought you were about to say like 7-0 Liverpool.
Aston Villa and Tottenham. I think 2-1 Villa. They gave him a good game start of the season, so
2-1 Spurs.
Go 3-1 Spurs.
Arsenal and Newcastle. I think 1-0 Newcastle.
2-1 Newcastle.
I'm going to go 1-1.
And the final game, obviously, this will be the Monday Night Football game as well. Chelsea versus Man United. 2-2, I'd say. Odin Igalo, double.
Fuck.
Shut up. Chelsea 2-1.
No, Igalo, he's going to think about it. You know, he's just got off the plane. He's thinking, yeah, do you know what's going to be really good? What'll impress Ole Gunnar Solskjaer more than me scoring 2 goals against Chelsea?
I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
Well, that's pretty much it then. Like, and well, we've already predicted tonight's game as well. So, well, we did smash it. Thanks for listening, guys. This has been the Ball Talk podcast. So the boys will say bye now.
See you later.
See ya.
Please like and subscribe, and all feedback is welcome. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.